Ponder upon this. What are the foundational underpinnings of argumentation in the Quran? It's a fascinating exploration into the intellectual and spiritual contours of one of the world's most influential religious texts. The foundations of Quranic argumentation rest on the certainties of knowledge, reason, and intuition, observational and experiential truths, historical facts established through deduction, and self-evident truths, both external and internal. One such form of argumentation is argumentation by way of reminder. This approach aims to stimulate the memory, reminding one of established truths and principles. For instance, the Quran often alludes to the history of past civilizations as reminders of moral and spiritual lessons. Another method is argumentation on the principle of obligation. This method is based on logical necessity and moral imperatives. For example, the Quran often uses this form of argumentation to establish the necessity of ethical principles. Argumentation from branch to root is another form. This method deduces the source from its branches, like the Quran's discussions on the unity of God deduced from the harmony of the universe. Similarly, argumentation from effect to cause is a method that infers the cause based on the observed effects. The Quran uses this form of argumentation to reason about the existence of God from the orderliness and complexity of the universe. Argumentation from attributes to essence is another type. This method reasons from the observed attributes to the essence, such as the Quran's argumentation about God's mercy and wisdom based on observed benevolence and order in the world. Argumentation from beauty and order to creation and design is another form. This approach argues from the observed beauty and order in the universe to the existence of a designer, a method often used in the Quran to argue for God's existence and wisdom. And then there's argumentation by analogy, which uses similitude and parables to make a point. The Quran abounds with analogies and parables to illustrate moral and spiritual truths. To summarize, Quranic argumentation is a rich tapestry of intellectual and spiritual reasoning. It employs a range of methods, from reminders and moral imperatives to deductions from the universe's design and order. It uses analogies and parables to illustrate truths, and it reasons from effects to causes, branches to roots, and attributes to essence. Each method is a thread that weaves together a complex and profound argumentative structure, reflecting the Quran's depth and breadth of thought.